Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we've got some absolutely fascinating investigative research that's going to completely flip how you look at the device sitting right in front of you. Seriously, we're tearing down the hidden science of modern displays. So, get comfortable, because we're jumping right into part one of the digital trap.
I want you to ask yourself a seriously weird question. What if every single color you're seeing on your screen right now is a literal physical lie? Sounds totally crazy, right? I mean, we trust our eyes. But what if those vibrant reds, the deep blues, that bright white background, what if they literally do not exist in the physical hardware of your device? What if we've all been living under this massive, carefully constructed illusion?
Section 1. The screen color illusion.
All right, let's get right into it. Check out the top row of this breakdown. The display industry proudly markets this idea of true additive color. It's everywhere. But as forensic analysis actually reveals, this is a total deception, and it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
Let's break down this comparison, because it's kind of the key to the whole shebang. On one side, you've got what we call the algorithmic lie. That's the standard industry narrative telling us our screens are generating pure physically mixed colors. But then, on the other side, we have the harsh physical reality. What you're actually experiencing isn't a physical property of the screen at all. It's a strenuous neural illusion. To put it simply, your screen isn't making the color, your brain is.
Section 2. Unmasking Lie C1 Additive Color.
Okay, first we need to quickly establish a baseline. What exactly is true additive color supposed to be? Well, by strict scientific definition, true optical additive color mixing means you physically overlap different light frequencies, like red, green, and blue, in the exact same physical space to create a brand new color. Think of shining 3 different colored flashlights onto the exact same spot on a wall. That physical overlapping is the gold standard we've been taught our screens use. But take a look at the microscopic proof here. It's night and day. On the left, you see a real color pixel. It's a solid, unified block of combined light. Now look at the right. Under a microscope, standard subpixel arrays, the exact kind powering the device you're holding right now, are just jagged, completely separated red, green, and blue dots. They never actually touch, they never overlap.
So here is the absolute game changer of a realization. RGB subpixels literally do not physically overlap. Zero, none. They exist in completely separate physical spaces on your display matrix, separated by these little dark grids. This means true optical additive color mixing is physically impossible at the pixel level on these screens. The whole foundation of modern display marketing? It's a myth. It's literally just not happening.
Which brings us to Section 3, Unmasking Lie C2, True Color.
So, this begs a pretty massive question. If the hardware itself is physically incapable of mixing light, where on earth does the color actually come from? If those tiny separated lights on your screen never actually mix in reality, how are you seeing solid yellow or purple or white right now?
Well, the answer is happening inside your head at this exact second. It's a 3-step biological hack. Step 1, your eye takes in those raw, physically separated, high-intensity colored dots. Step 2, to make any sense of it, your ocular focus is basically forced to slightly, imperceptibly blur. And Step 3, your brain works overtime to synthesize those blurred, separate dots into a final, virtual color. The screen is literally tricking you, and you're the one doing all the heavy lifting to mix those colors.
There's a quote from the source material that hits the nail perfectly on the head, and I just have to read it verbatim. Color on screen is not optical reality, but a neurological illusion. Wow, that's not just some neat trivia fact. It's a profound realization about how these displays are structurally designed. They're actively forcing our biology to compensate for their hardware shortcomings.
Moving on to Section 4, the brain's strenuous work. Look closely at how the text on the right side here is rendered. Because those tiny little dots refuse to physically combine into a solid color, it causes color bleed, blurred edges, and false focus. Your brain is essentially shoved into cognitive overdrive, desperately trying to resolve an image that physically isn't there. It's kind of like trying to keep your eyes perfectly focused on a spinning optical illusion all day long.
So what's the actual real-world cost of this digital trap? Well, first, your eyes have to constantly micro-refocus between these spatially separated emitters. Second, your brain is forced to endlessly synthesize virtual colors out of thin air. This shoots your neural load through the roof, leading straight to cognitive overload and visual fatigue. Oh, and to top it all off, you're being blasted with invisible, high-speed flickering during color transitions. If your eyes feel strained, dry, or exhausted after staring at your computer, you are absolutely not imagining it. This is the hidden physics causing that exact feeling.
Section 5. The digital trap revealed. Just look at how this brilliantly illustrates the physical toll on our biology.
because the overall screen looks kind of dimly lit on average. Your pupil stays completely wide open. It doesn't recognize the threat, and that allows these narrow, super concentrated beams from the individual subpixels, what the researchers actually call energy needles, to totally bypass your eye's natural defenses and strike your retina at peak intensity. Since the subpixels are so microscopic, they have to burn incredibly bright just to make the whole screen look normal.
You know when you catch yourself squinting at a screen even when the room isn't that bright? Here's the crazy part. Squinting at your screen is not just a bad habit, it's literally an involuntary biological alarm system. Because your pupil is tricked into staying open, your retina feels the actual physical pain from those energy needles. So your brain forces a microsquint to physically block those invisible, high-energy pulses. It's the exact same reflex as squinting on a cloudy day to block UV rays. Your body is just desperately trying to protect you from hostile display geometry.
Let's quickly recap the incredible findings from this explainer today. 1. The industry's whole claim of true additive color on standard screens, total physical lie. The subpixels do not overlap. 2. The true color you think you're looking at right now is a strenuous, totally manufactured neural illusion. 3. Your brain and visual system are working insanely hard, every single second, to synthesize that fake image. And 4. This separated architecture blasts microscopic energy needles of high-intensity light right past your eye's defenses, giving you that chronic eye strain.
It really makes you look differently at the screens we're all glued to every day, doesn't it? Now that you know those vibrant colors are just a strenuous biological trick, and that higher resolutions might actually just mean sharper, even more concentrated energy needles, you really have to wonder, what else is your high-resolution display hiding from you? We're going to completely unpack the massive deception around the 4K and 8K resolution myth in our next explainer. But until then, keep questioning what you see, and seriously, give your eyes a rest.